Bradmore Farm. We entered a vault and we've been going there ever since. For me, I just love playing darts, so it was a night play one game of Super League a night, or I can play 5, 6, 7, 8 games a night. There is times where it gets better with me and my game suffers sometimes. To be honest, the Pro Tour cost me 5, 6 days holiday that now I can't have a holiday with my family, so there's sacrifices that they make for me to let me have a crack at that. And I could have played a lot more on the Pro Tour this year. I've had to say no multiple times. The ones in Germany and stuff, it's just not feasible for me I can't get the time off work and stuff.
Hello and welcome to another Tungsten Talk here at the MODUS Super Series channel. Joining myself and Keegan Brown in the studio today is none other than Adam Mould, Mr. ADC, I think it's fair to say. Mr. Mould, welcome.
Hello. How are you doing? You all right? It's good to be here.
Good, I'm pleased you're happy to be here. I promise this will be as painless as possible over the course of the next 15 minutes or so. I suppose the usual starting point is to just talk us through how your darting journey began.
Oh God, a long time ago now. It feels like a long time. Been playing for a long time. I think it started maybe 14 or 15. My dad played local league just once a week and got to the age where I was like, I want to come with you. Played pairs with my dad. For about a season, Risborough League it was. Big shout out to the Risborough League, Scotty, he's a brilliant lad. That's where it started, and then just gradually, my next door neighbour played in a different league. He wanted my dad to play. My dad was like, no, I'm not interested, I only play once a week, but my son might play. So started going on a Friday, and then it just escalated from there, 3 nights a week, and then it's just carried on 4 nights. Yeah, but that's how it started, all in the local leagues, and then progressed on to the Super League eventually, and then all the other stuff come with it.
Keegan, is that the sort of traditional route into this sport via sort of family influence?
Yeah, I always find a lot of dart players have got darting families, should we say, like mum or dad have usually got a dartboard up in the kitchen or the garage and all the rest of it, and youngsters are drawn into it, and you know, it's not surprising that nearly every dart player out there has got parents that play darts.
When was the moment that it sort of kind of clicked for you, that there was a moment where you think, right, I've got something about me here, that there's potential, there's a career opportunity to be had?
I'm not sure. I always used to play to quite a high standard. I remember getting Aylesbury League, 17 years old. I played in the singles final against another 17-year-old actually, in Alistair Ryan. He beat me, but so I knew I had the talent there, but I was also very keen on playing cricket. Cricket was more important to me until at least late 20s, maybe. Mid-20s, late 20s, and then I was just playing county darts, but it got more serious as the cricket sort of died off a little bit, and I was like, actually, I picked up a sponsor to go to Q School, and then I was like, yeah, look, I quite like this, and that's where it sort of started, probably late 20s, started going to Q School and challenge tours, and got the buzz from there and carried on, and now I don't hardly play any cricket anymore. I haven't got time, because darts takes over, doesn't it? Darts takes over.
Was that sort of a proper decision to be made? Was there sort of development opportunities on the cricketing side of things, or was it very much darts that was the priority?
Yeah, so cricket probably was a priority up until, like I say, mid-20s, and then it got to a stage where cricket's a team sport, isn't it? And I couldn't commit to a whole season with the boys, so it sort of just dwindled off, because I can only play 4 times a year, blah blah, and then you're taking somebody else's spot in the team for one game. So I just sort of stopped playing really, and concentrated on the darts.
Well, you sat next to an MCC member in young Mr. Brown. Keegan, if that was you, what decision would you have made if you were a budding cricketer as well as a talented dart player?
So ironically, mine actually had the same journey, where obviously I was very fortunate to go to Q School at 19, get the card, and then that summer, it was like the hardest decision I've ever made up until that point was, do I play professional darts, or is there a chance that I could break my fingers every week and not play darts? So sadly, all my cricket gear had to be sold off, and I took darts on.
I think you both made the right decision.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say. I mean, look, Adam, the ADC is an obvious big talking point for us here whilst we have you. Just where did your involvement start? Because it's become its own entity and it's just going from strength to strength to strength, and you've obviously playing a massive role in that.
Yeah, so I run tournaments before the ADC started. So we used to do opens in our local pub and clubs and that. So, and then when the concept got aired, and it was like, I quite like the sound of that. So we joined from Series 1, Vaults Series 1, Bradmore Farm. We entered a Vault, and we've been going there ever since. For me, I just love playing darts. So it was a night, play one game of Super League a night, or I can play 5, 6, 7, 8 games a night. And the more that kept happening, the more chances, you know, that's where I ended up, because you're playing more darts. As simple as that, I think.
On the outset, was the goal, I suppose, to be that genuine alternative? But obviously, everything that happened with the BDO and WDF, there was that avenue. But the ADC has just kind of taken the mantle, arguably along with the Super Series as well, in becoming a sort of priority for amateur players now.
Yeah, definitely. When the link with MODUS and ADC happened, I was near the top of the rankings in the ADC, and it was just a coincidence. Like, oh, I could get on the MODUS Super Series here, like, if I keep going. So that was another reason why I just suddenly said, well, I'm not going to waste a night playing the Super League. I need the points so I can get my chance to come here and show the world what I can do. And, well, that was about 3 years ago now, but I ended up coming here and winning a week, which I think helped the ADC as well, to say, look how many dart players are out there who can just turn up, play your local venue, end up here and show what you can do.
Yeah, we'll come on to that winning week. But Keegan, just how much of a game changer has the ADC been?
It's actually been phenomenal. Like, on the Isle of Wight, we've, you know, as a darting community, we've never really excelled, should we say, and ever since, I think, April this year, so we started Series 12, so we're quite late to the party as such, but it's been a massive success on the island, and, you know, we're getting regularly 24 dart players each Tuesday night playing in it, and these dart players now getting better and better. Like, obviously, Joe Hunt plays on it on the island, recently won the Challenge Tour, and that's all down to the success of the ADC, and it just proves, like Adam said, the ADC opens gateways for people that we wouldn't recognise playing darts, but if you give them the opportunity, they're going to take it with both hands, aren't they?
I suppose as well, you say there, Adam, about having that experience of running tournaments pre-ADC. That can sometimes be a bit of a hindrance for a lot of players. They don't want to get involved in the admin side of things, but you seem to balance it very well.
Sometimes, yeah. there is times where you can have some stressful days. Sometimes it runs smoothly and it doesn't affect me, but there is times where it gets better of me and my game suffers sometimes. I think I'm quite thick-skinned and get on with it, and I've got being able to switch on when I need to when I'm playing. I've also got a lot of help. Some great lads, Jamie, Shane, Steve. They all help with the running of the competitions when I need to. They understand when I'm playing that they might need to step up and sort a game out or whatever. So I have got a lot of help as well, which does help me on the playing side. But it's not as sometimes I might make it look easy, but sometimes I can go home and be very stressed.
I mean, look, you've had some fantastic moments on the stage behind us. The 9 darter, but obviously more importantly, I suppose, actually winning a week here. Memories of that week? Yeah,
like I said, this does seem quite a long time ago now, but like I said, it was a bit of a process to get here in the first place. I figured out that actually I could get to MODUS if I keep doing this, so I did that, got myself a chance, and just sort of eased into the week. I never had any expectations of, you know, winning the week, but as I qualified for Saturday and game by game, I was like, oh, actually, why not? Like, and then next thing you know, I was hitting the winning double, and it was a memory that will stay with me forever, to be honest.
Being able to come through that win a week must be a really proud moment.
Yeah, it's a memory that I'll always remember. No one can take that away from me. I've won a week at the MODUS. Not a lot of dart players can say I've won a week at MODUS. I can, and like I said, 9 dart as well. Not many people can say that. So I've got some great memories on the stage. Some disappointing ones as well. Like, got to say that. So let's make some more memories, hopefully.
I mean, no one can finish a Group A campaign just like you hit that 9 darter to round off that Group A against Johan Brouwer. How do you approach that 141 or the 144? Just how's the adrenaline? How do you cope?
It was a strange one because I've missed double 12 at a challenge tour. I've missed double 12 in the Super League. I've missed double 12 in an ADC Vault. So I was getting closer to hitting one. I've never hit one, and I was getting closer. And I'm pretty sure that day I'd lost every game. I'm pretty sure I was in pretty foul mood. I was grumpy because I'd lost every game. And I just went, can we get this game done and get over and done with, get out of there and get ready for the next group, whatever group I was going to go into, because I wasn't having a good day. And then next thing you know, it just went in. To be honest, it was one of those. I remember the Super League one especially. I stepped back, tried to compile it, and then all over the place. And that one was more of a fluent, and I didn't think about it. Sometimes it just doesn't. You don't think about it, do you? It was one of those moments, and luckily for me, it went in. And again, that's a memory that no one can take away from me.
Well, back to winning a week, Keegan. As we sit here and record, I suppose you have some recent experience of such exploits. Just where does it rank in terms of like achievements in a darter's career?
Let's be honest. This is the hardest thing to win without a tour card. People don't realise how hard it is. You've got people that are throwing 100+ averages. People are throwing high 90 averages. And people just don't realise the standard that's on offer. And then just to get through a group to the finals night is hard enough, but to win it, okay, we've won two between us, but it takes some doing. And that's why, like, a lot of the tour card holders, a lot of them haven't won a week because it's not an easy picking. Darts isn't an easy game now where you think, I've got such and such, fancy that drill. It's so hard, you can't, we have troubles trying to pick a winner from each group, don't we, before we even start a show. But yeah, it just shows you how far dartsers came for the amateur game to get that close, almost that close to the top of the professional game in standard wise.
Looking ahead to the future, but sort of alongside the present as well, you had an electric start to the Challenge Tour this year, which led to you being called up to the Pro Tour. Mm-hmm. To give you another bit of a taste, a bit of a flavour. Mm-hmm. Going forward, is that the obvious sort of aim?
It's hard to say at my age right now. I've got a family, I've got 2 kids, and I've got to be honest. The Pro Tour cost me 5-6 days holiday. That now I can't have a holiday with my family. So there's sacrifices that they make for me to let me have a crack at that. And I could have played a lot more on the Pro Tour this year. I've had to say no multiple times. The ones in Germany and stuff. It's just not feasible for me I can't get the time off work and stuff. So I think the end goal is to have a crack at the Pro Tour eventually. Whether that's now or in the future, I don't know. I'm not in any rush to get there. Darts I don't think it's got an age. Like, the more experience you get, the better you can get. It's not like cricket or football where your career's over when you're 35. So yeah, the aim is probably to play on the Pro Tour for a couple of years, but I'm not in any hurry. I enjoyed the experience this year, but also, your kids are only young once. I've got an 8 and a 2-year-old, and sacrifices have to be made. And this year it was a holiday, 5-6 days lost holiday to give the Pro Tour a crack. And that adds extra pressure onto a dart player because obviously I'm taking time off work, and there is, unless you win, there's no financial gain on the Pro Tour, and it's tough. Like, I walked into Wrestle Nyman, who averaged 105, I think, and then Hempel averaged 100, and that was 2 days, and I was thinking, God, this is tough. But it is something I enjoyed, and it is something that I think in the future that I think I'm good enough to have a crack at it one day, but whether it's now or next year or 10 years in the future, who knows? I'm not in any rush to get there, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. When obviously we bang on about the youth coming into the game, but on the flip side, we had the seniors tour a while back, and that was really beneficial to the other end of the darting spectrum. And like you say there, Adam, like, there's no real time limit on this sport for you. And Keegan, you have to respect what he says there about having a young family, which is something I can relate to as well, but balancing that with well, it's essentially work, I suppose, for yourself. And darts will always be there, really. Yeah,
it is. And people don't realise how much of a selfish lifestyle it is, where people say, oh yeah, it's just darts. Some people go without kids just to make a good dart, to be a good dart player, because it's, you're on the road 48 weekends of the year, or now 48 Wednesdays. You know, if you're on the Pro Tour 48 Wednesdays, you're not going to see your kids, are you? And that's such a different aspect where people don't act until you've done it. And like you said, you know, had that taste of the Pro Tour, and you think, well, that's 6 days I don't get back with my kids. That's 6 days where I don't get a holiday. And people just look at darts thinking, oh yeah, but he's doing all right, want a bit of money. But they don't actually look at the bigger picture that's surrounding family life, I find.
I think with the amateur side, as it is at the moment as well, that's why I'm not so much in a rush to get there.
Yeah.
I think maybe 5-10 years ago, the darting landscape was, you need to get to the PDC.
Yeah.
That's where the money is. That's where you need to get to. But the amateur side of the game is thriving now. I think you've got the ADC, you've got the MODUS. You can go to the WTF. There's so many options you have now. So for me personally, like I said, not in a rush. I'm happy doing what I'm doing, playing what I play, and I'm quite content with where the future goes. If it ends up on the PDC, fantastic. If it doesn't, I'm happy playing where I'm playing.
Yeah, I suppose that laid-back attitude is highly beneficial, really, because you're not really putting any pressure on yourself either. And if a tour does eventually present itself, the elephant in the room is balancing that with running ADC, which I suppose it could then get a little bit tricky for you.
Yeah, possibly. Or it might give me more time. I don't know, because I won't be playing as much on the ADC, so I might be able to concentrate more on running the events. But yeah, I think that's where I'm at the moment with my age and my kids and my family and my darts. I think I couldn't be any more honest than that. It's going to be what it is. I play every game of darts to win, so I will be at Q School trying to win my games, and we'll see where it goes. But yeah, like I said, no rush, no pressure. We'll see how it goes.
Just finally then for you, Adam, what does the future hold for the ADC? What are the sort of hopes and the ambitions for that entity to keep on growing?
I think for starters, the link with MODUS is brilliant.
Yeah.
I think that was a game changer for the ADC and MODUS, because MODUS have picked up great players through it. The ADC have now got a pathway for any dart player in any region to just go to your local pub, local club, play your darts and show what you got. And I think that's the emphasis of ADC, is to keep providing as many opportunities as we can, and to every standard of player as well. I was talking to Keegan before, a young guy from Isle of Wight, come over and played in an under 60 average tournament. So we play a Vault series, and we've now got finals days for under 60 average, under 65 average, under 75 average, and then obviously a MODUS qualifier as well. So we're giving back to as many standard of dart players as we possibly can, and that's a chance to play against obviously the same level as yourself. Because sometimes it gets demoralising if you're playing the top players all the time and losing. But now there's an opportunity at the end of the series, right? You're all the people that averaged this average. Now here's a tournament to play for a little bit of money and a little bit of pride, and get a win, hopefully.
And you know what? That's the thing with professional darts is, you know, the seesaw was always top heavy towards the top 10 players in the world. That seesaw, because of the ADC, is now a game changer, and it's helping every single person coming through. Like Adam said, doesn't matter if you're averaging 48 or you're averaging 89, you've got an opportunity. And this is what the thing, people are now having the opportunities to play what they want to do the best, and they're grabbing it with both hands.
The ADC continuing to go from strength to strength. Gentlemen, thank you. Fantastic to speak to you, Adam. Keegan, thank you for tagging along as well. Always a pleasure. That is all we have time for on this edition of Tungsten Talk, but do make sure you stay tuned to the MODUS Super Series channel here on Pluto TV and join us for another Tungsten Talk.